Mayorga.
So what's left then is to get it on, and these two will do that in just a moment. Tony Orlando will be the referee in this fight. Mayorga 25-3-1, 22 of those 25 wins coming by way of knockout. Spinks not a real threat, as we said, to get you out of there, certainly not with one punch. He has 11 knockouts in his 31 wins. His job will be to keep Mayorga off of him. Mayorga, born in Managua, Nicaragua. He now lives in Costa Rica.
You received my instructions prior to entering the ring. Therefore, I expect a clean, professional bout. Protect yourselves at all times. You understood? Touch gloves, go back to your corner. Touch gloves, go back to your corner.
In the corner of Ricardo Mayorga. And as we said, when the bell rings, this guy is all business. And I have no doubt he will try to jump Corey Spinks early.
Yeah, Corey better be ready as he runs across the ring and starts swinging.
Round one, and he fooled us immediately as he walked to Spinks. Now he says, okay, I'm ready to fight. Give me your best shot. He came in here pretty dry, incidentally, Mayorga. He's not really broken a sweat with it. Spinks circling, going to have a lot of movement. Can't stand still in front of Mayorga.
Now coming out on a counter punch. That's dangerous also.
First right hand that Mayorga has thrown. The facial expressions kind of tell a story.
Corey needs to keep that jab out there.
Right hand just a little short as Spinks got out of there. Be a good idea for Spinks to not try to exchange with Mayorga. Mayorga was telling everybody that would listen he thinks he could get him out of there within 4 rounds.
Mayorga throws punches in such weird angles. Sometimes it's hard to slip.
Yeah, as you said earlier, he's a guy, it's very hard to really look good or look sharp against him because he's so unorthodox.
And he's hard to train for it too, because you don't know what to expect in the fight.
There was a good left hand rather by Mayorga. That hurt Spinks. That's a slip. But the left hand clearly got Spinks' attention. Throws chopping punches, throws looping punches, throws big uppercuts. There's one right there. And a right hand at the top of the head.
Corey Spinks doing a nice job of staying relaxed.
Great, stop punching. There you go. No holding behind his head, okay?
Quick left hand from Spinks. Very quick-handed fighter, Spinks. Got a reach advantage of about 7 inches in this fight. End of the first round.
You got to stay smart. You got to stay smart. Okay? You got to keep him turning. You can't stop in front of him. Hey, referee! Tony! Hey, look, you see what's going on, man. Stay smart and keep him turning.
Corey Spinks is great defense. Look at that, slipping punches, knowing that, behind the head, but knowing that Mayorga has wild punches, so he's just trying to slip, stay relaxed. And if he can do this all night, he has a chance of winning this fight.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad first round for Corey Spinks. Kind of a confidence building round because he did get hit a couple times and he came right back.
You got to box early and move early.
In the corner of El Matador, he knows that. Every morning when he shaves, he sees that. Round number 2 upcoming. Mayorga not rushing in, actually. He is a guy who generally will come forward and keep coming forward. He hasn't really done a lot of that so far.
But he's going to have to respect Corey Spinks' slipping ability because he'll be swinging that air all night long.
And Spinks doing the right thing. He's giving a lot of side-to-side here. He's not being stationary target, not standing back in front of him. Let Matador throw the first punch, try to counter with a combination.
Corey Spinks doing a smart thing, giving him the angles, making Mayorga think. Make him think about everything you throw.
Yeah, he's not only giving him angles, he's giving him a different look all the time, too. Obviously very well prepared for this fight. Whether or not that results in a win remains to be seen, but he's came in here with an idea.
Still surprised Mayorga doesn't put on the pressure like he normally does. He didn't respect Vernon Forrest. He didn't respect Andrew Six-Haired Little. He went right at him.
Meanwhile, in Rosul Iraq, servicemen and women, 101st Airborne, watching.
Great defense from Corey Spinks.
Mayorga just rushing at him and he hit low with the right hand there. He touched gloves. Spinks will circle left to right, then he'll go right to left. And right now he's kind of got Mayorga just following him around the ring.
This is what Corey Spinks wants. Control the pace. Use the southpaw style to his advantage and just keep boxing, making him miss. Frustrating.
This has been a very good round, I think, for Spinks. He hasn't done a lot in this round, but I think he's done enough to win the round. And a little after the bell action from Mayorga. Kevin Cunningham yelling at Tony Orlando. He was on him after the first round, too, just for some of the roughhouse tactics of Mayorga.
You gotta be more frontal. You gotta be more frontal. You gotta work your right. Right and left, right and left, to the side. Left and upper. Take the initiative. Relax, relax. You're too profile. Relax, relax. He's getting you on the left side. You gotta work more. You gotta work your left.
A lot of information there. Most fighters, and I ask you this as a guy who goes through it, tell me that they only hear one or two things that are said in the corner.
Yeah, I think that's correct. You know, you got your mind so focused on the fight, sometimes you don't even really listen to what the corner is saying.
Yeah, Mayorga to work that left hand a little bit more. Got there with the right hand that time, and Spinks gets out of there in a hurry. Mayorga telling Spinks to come on, but Spinks would be well advised just to do what he's doing.
They got a good game plan going on. Just circle him, keep circling, frustrate him.
Well, right now, we were talking about Mayorga getting Spinks confused, but I think it could go the other way also. Spinks, should he continue to fight as effectively as he is, could get Mayorga, if not confused, frustrated.
Yeah. I think it's frustrating me. You know, I'm still surprised that the pressure of Mayorga is not coming.
Spinks is a lot harder guy just to rush at. There was a good right hand from Mayorga. Mayorga being very patient, actually, and it may just be that he can't get Spinks figured out.
Mayorga's a little bit frustrated. You know that his big punches are not landing early like he wanted to, so he got to take his time and patiently get in.
A lot of misses from Mayorga. Counter right hand from Spinks. Good shot and a combination by Spinks. And he turns him and hits him with another right hand. Terrific sequence for Corey Spinks.
Corey Spinks doesn't get rattled easy. He got a great game plan going.
Those wild punches from Mayorga landing up on the shoulders of Spinks. That one was a little bit short. Well, Spinks obviously came in here with an idea. There's a good right hand from Mayorga. Spinks came in with an idea, and he's executing his idea pretty well so far. In the Yankees cap, a familiar face, Denzel Washington, one of the premier actors in America, in fact, in the world.
Too much too, man. Don't stop in
And a
front
big
of this
sports fan.
motherfucker for nothing. Get your shit off and get on around the corner. Get your shit off, bail out. You bailing
Kevin
out
Cunningham
right,
is to be given a lot of
bailing
credit
out left.
in every
After
respect.
you touch it, all right? As long as you boxing, you good. But you gotta stop stopping in front of him.
Corey Spinks is showing what he has. Great ability to slip punches and counter. Frustrating Mayorga with that. Coming back, making him miss and making him pay. That's the name of the game in this fight.
That is such a tough punch to throw. An uppercut from outside. And in Spinks' corner, Kevin Cunningham, we started to say, deserves a lot of credit not only for the entire career of Corey Spinks, taking him off the streets and putting him in a gym and teaching him to box, but also for coming up with this game plan so far, which, at least for the moment, his student is executing pretty well.
Great game plan. Most of the people in this building thought Corey Spinks would be out by now.
So far, I've got Spinks ahead by a point here. I thought you could have made a case either way in that third round. I thought they split the first two.
Yeah, I got him up 2 rounds to 1 also.
Again, circling tactic, and it's not consistent. He'll go right 1 minute, he'll go left the next minute. Has got Mayorga almost mesmerized. He's not cutting the ring, he's just following him around. And Corey Spinks countering pretty well.
Corey Spinks did a smart thing just a moment ago. He was moving into Mayorga's power hand, daring him to throw it. And every time he throw it, he was slipping and countering, so he's taking the right hand away.
Kevin Cunningham told him, just don't stop in front of it. And I think it's one thing, you know, to have an idea and to have a game plan. It's another thing to execute it. And I think so far Corey Spinks is able to execute it. Again, just sort of jumped in with the left hand, jumped out. And he's just not allowing Mayorga to get untracked. Again, a miss, and hit a clash of heads.
You can give angles like Corey Spinks and slip of punches the way he does. It's very hard for anybody to land anything clean on it. And it frustrates you. Mentally just break you down.
That's how Mayorga got there, and a slapping return with the right hand by Spinks. What Spinks can't allow himself to do is get too brave.
Yeah. Right there, he traded with him just a little bit. He hung in there a little bit too long, but he got out safely.
Spinks is really managing to stay out of Mayorga's punching range right now. End of round 4.
Breathe, breathe. La grasa, fue el aire duro. Fue el aire duro, duro, fue el aire. ¿Ok? Mira. Okay, mira, listen, tiene que doblar más los pasos. No avise cuando
right now, let's go backstage. Tom Joyner is with William Choppy. Tom?
Yes. Hey, I'm in the locker room right now with Joppy. All right. You got to close the show. This is it. This is it.
Yeah, this is history, baby. It's going to be a memorable night. We're going to do it tonight. But now what happens is it's going to be executed. The execution is going to be executed tonight.
All this trash talking, and now?
Means nothing. You know what I'm saying? All the talk before the fight means nothing. Now it's time to, get down to the nitty-gritty.
What's on your mind? What do you see? What do you see? As you focus, what are you looking at?
I see my hands in victory. That's what I see. You know what I'm saying? Me being out here, being smart, being a technician tonight, just being victorious.
Right. Good luck. Good luck. Back to boxing.
All right. Thanks very much, Tom. Confident William Joppy coming up against Bernard Hopkins. This is round 5. So far, Mayorga just not able to get beyond Spinks, and he is getting frustrated. Like, come on and fight. Well,
a sign of frustration.
That's exactly right. That's exactly what Spinks wants, I would think.
Yeah, that's what he wants. He's frustrating him. Very few boxers in boxing could stay with a game plan throughout the fight. And Corey Spinks can't get caught up in what Mayorga wanted him to do. He just got to execute the game plan for 12 rounds.
Corey Spinks was born 5 days after his father, Leon, pulled one of the great upsets in beating Muhammad Ali.
Step back.
And he's trying to pull one himself right here. Again, a headbutt. Right now, Corey Spinks absolutely is dictating this fight to Mayorga.
He really is. Mayorga throw hardly anything straight. So everything comes from the outside he see coming.
Well, there was one he didn't see coming. Good right-handed, it backed him up, but he gets out of there. Trying to tie Mayorga up. Shaking his head. Now it's Corey Spinks who's saying that did not hurt. Well, I'm not sure. But he can't let himself fight Mayorga's fight, which right now he's doing.
Corey Spinks is keeping that left hand up as Mayorga throw right by his eye.
But Mayorga is getting a little bit more in punching range as Spinks not quite as able to keep him way outside. You can see the distance narrowing between the two of them.
And for Mayorga, straight punches is the key. And he got to throw his punches straight. Every time he throws from the outside, Corey Spinks slips him.
Right hand again by Mayorga. Blood inside the mouth of Corey Spinks. Mayorga wants a brawl. Spinks should not. 5 seconds left. Last round of the fight for Mayorga. Mayorga will hit after the bell every round. Part of the deal.
Yeah. That's part of the deal with him.
Drink some water, drink some water. You gotta measure him. You gotta hit him down. Punch him down. You gotta work.
And Mayorga is being deducted a point, and I think that's a very costly point, because he clearly won that round, and now for scoring a fight, you got to make that a 9-9 round.
Yeah, but I think
it was for punching after the bell. And that takes away a real edge for Mayorga.
I think it was necessary to take a point away at that moment.
I do too. I think it was the right call.
The referee got to get control of the fight, and with taking a point, he's getting control of the fight.
Tony Orlando, experienced referee, does a great job. And I think he did the right thing there. Right hand again by Mayorga, starting to find a home for that now. You can see the distance between the two of them is narrow.
Yeah, he's slowly getting closer. Corey just can't fall into his game.
Is that a tough thing to do, though, not to fight the other guy's fight?
Well, when things are going so well for you, you want to take chances. And staying there a little bit too long with a dangerous puncher, and that's when bad things happen. You got a game plan, try to stick to it for 12 rounds. And with Corey Spinks, the name of the game is frustration. Frustrate him so bad to where he really want to quit. You know, keep boxing, keep giving him angles, throw combinations, make him miss, and that really frustrate punches. So that's the name of the game for Corey Spinks.
And he had that going for a bit. He actually had Mayorga frustrated early in that last round. Then Mayorga came with a big right hand and kind of turned things for him, only to have a point deducted for hitting after the bell. Right hand by Spinks. Spinks now back on his bike and throwing the jab and being effective.
Mayorga just seems to follow him around. Instead of cut the ring off and start swinging, he's telegraphing everything he want to throw, especially his big punches. Everybody in the building see him coming.
Easier to see coming, of course, when you're at long range, and that's what Corey Spinks wants to do. When he gets in close, that's where he gets in trouble.
Corey Spinks may not be a big puncher, but he got some sting on those punches.
Right hand by Mayorga, and that got Spinks going backward. And that time, Mayorga can't throw any punches after the bell, but the last one really hurt him. Here's what happened in the last round. This is what I mean by hurting him. It cost him a point in a round that he won. And the bell sounds, and just one more shot. And Tony Orlando says, you lost a point. And that could be a very costly thing as we move along in this fight, should it go to a decision. And especially in view of the fact that I thought Spinks came back and won that 6th round.
Yeah. You make your move.
I mean, that was a positive round for Mayorga. Then he lost the point, and then Corey came back and win the next round.
Punch him on the bottom. And let that creep get to you.
Round 7. Spinks again. He doesn't give you the same look twice. He's going this time from left to right. They go the other way sometimes. That is a slip. That is not a knockdown. Not a right hand from Spinks.
Getting his attention. Corey Spinks is fighting a complete fight. I mean, he has to. Because the punching power of Mayorga, one punch and it's over.
Yeah, and credit to Spinks when Mayorga did get there with the right hand. And it looked for a moment as though he was about to, if not go down, lose his composure. He didn't do it. There's a right hand also from Mayorga. Mayorga holding and hitting that time. He's got a little bit of everything in the book, doesn't he?
Yeah, a little bit dirty.
Every time Mayorga gets on the inside, he can do some business. Spinks doing a good job of not getting his back on the ropes.
Yeah. I think he's putting a circle in there.
Yeah.
And which is a great job. That's what a true boxer needs to do against a powerful puncher.
Punching, let him out.
So Mayorga take a long look at his corner. Inside a minute, remaining round 7. And again, a wild left hand that misses from Mayorga. And a wild right hand. My card so far, I've got Spinks 3 points ahead of Mayorga. I had Mayorga winning 2 rounds, but of course he lost a point in the 5th round.
I had Mayorga actually winning one round even. I got Corey Spinks up. He's doing just a great job of boxing.
And again, this is where Spinks does not want to be. Right now, let's go back into the dressing room of Bernard Hopkins. Tom Joyner is there. Tom?
That's right, Bernard Hopkins here. Bernard, when I was here last, you said you had a statement that you wanted me to hear and wanted me to remember. You remember what that was?
The statement that I'm going to show why other fighters like De La Hoya, Roy Jones Jr., Sugar Shane Mosley thought I forgot. You got a lot of jokes. I got a good memory. That comes from ducking more than you take. But, yeah, you're going to see tonight why Bernard Hopkins is the most feared fighter on the planet. You'll see tonight. Joppy would be my test rabbit to show the world why they don't want to fight Bernard Hopkins, the executioner. Watch. Stay tuned. We only got 20, 25 minutes.
You heard it. You heard him. He's ready. The executioner. And the main event. All right.
And he's
back to boxing.
Doing his own promos, too. That's not bad.
Coach, cut him down.
Bernard Hopkins is one of those guys who I don't feel has really gotten his just due as a great champion. Sometimes doesn't know where the periods go, but in a sentence, but great champion.
Still a great champion.
Yes.
Really good champion.
And really does all the right things, too. He's one of those guys that I wish more people knew the other side of Bernard Hopkins. morning breakfast time starting to set in now in Iraq, and pretty good audience that we have still out there. This is round 8, and Corey Spinks doing a pretty good job so far with the guy who burst onto the boxing scene by beating Vernon Forrest on 2 occasions. Right hand and another right hand from Mayorga. The only time Mayorga can do any damage is when he does manage to get Spinks into a corner or with his back to the ropes.
That's why you got to keep trying, keep going forward with the pressure.
Counter right hand again from Spinks, and he gets out of there without being hit himself. There's a right hand that knocks Spinks backward. I think that was as much slip as anything else. It wasn't a bad punch, but I don't think it was the punch so much that knocked him backward. Spinks says, come on.
Corey Spinks wants Ricardo Mayorga to throw more punches at him so he can slip and counter.
Counter with a right hand there. Took a right hand at the top of the head.
Corey Spinks has taken some pretty good shots in this fight. He's not getting phased by him. He's staying with a game plan. He's doing really good.
Yeah, showing a pretty good beard so far. And again, really exercising the game plan that he and Kevin Cunningham came up with. This right hand came behind a left. Again, Mayorga just pushes Spinks off of him. There's still a little bit of frustration in Mayorga, I think.
Yeah, he's frustrated. I think he's respecting the fact that Corey Spinks has got great head movement, plus a little bit of punching power too. I think it's might surprise Mayorga.
That's a slip. And he is getting Mayorga to miss a lot. I'm sure there's got to be at least a little bit of concern in the corner of Mayorga, who stands on the stool and tries to lead a couple of cheers, while his people want him turned around and try to get his mind on business.
Take some air, take some air. This guy's dead.
Ricardo Mayorga sets up the big punch. Partially blocked.
And as I said, I think it was as much slip on the part of Spinks as anything else. It was a good punch, but not the kind of punch that would knock you backward.
Yeah, high on the top of the head, partially blocks, a little bit off balance. And Corey Spinks recovered really well.
Just walk. Jump.
Michael Spinks, the uncle of Corey Spinks, showing a little bit of concern. Very compassionate. He was compassionate as a fighter. Go. I think his charge is doing a pretty good job so far. I got him ahead in the fight.
Yeah, Corey using a lot of Michael's foot movement and hand speed with the Spinks jinx.
Very hard for a counterpuncher to win a decision, but in this case, it's pretty obvious because Mayorga's a guy who swings from the heel, so you really see his misses, and you can really see Spinks counter.
And he's doing a good job of it, and that's the key, just to make him miss, frustrate him, and like you said, it's obvious that Corey Spinks is dictating this fight.
Again, there's a counter right hand that came right up over the top of a right hand thrown by Mayorga. And Mayorga just has not figured out this puzzle yet.
The angles for Corey Spinks are working beautiful. One thing about Corey Spinks, he's getting more confidence as the fight go on, but at the same time, he's not taking unnecessary chances. He's still staying with the game plan, fighting beautiful, and frustrating Ricardo Mayorga.
Yeah, and you said that earlier. You can't afford to start to feel so confident that you say, well, maybe I'll just try to take him out of here. He's also a little quicker, I think, than Mayorga.
He's a little quicker. He puts punches together really well at the right time and get out at the right time. A guy like Ricardo Mayorga got to take more chances, though. You got to just keep pressing the issue. I know he's frustrated, but he got to change up his game plan to try to win this fight.
I think you're seeing also that the lack of skill that Mayorga has is also not allowing him to cut the ring. It just seems to be something he's never had to do, and he doesn't look comfortable doing it.
Yeah, you're right. He's so used to knocking guys out, he never had to cut the ring off. Now, it's foreign to him, so now's the time to learn.
And Spinks, again, still doing a very good job of staying out of range of Mayorga. Again, a right hand. Mayorga slipped the right hand of his own in. And the only time that Spinks gets himself in any trouble is when he gets himself cornered. And that has only happened on rare occasions. It has been a frustrating night for Ricardo Mayorga, the champion. Here's just a couple of examples.
And that's just pure frustration. I mean, the boxability of Corey Spinks making a miss, slipping punches, getting in and out, it just worked wonders all night long.
And then that was the punch at the bell. And a big miss off a wild right hand, and then Spinks got him turned, and then the loss of point for swinging after the bell had sounded. That was in the 5th round. And that may really cost him. He's starting to let Spinks get away from him a little bit.
Okay? Ricky.
Round number 10 now, and I think Ricardo Mayorga's running out of tomorrows, at least on my card.
Yeah, he's running out. Corey Spinks doing a great job of mentally breaking him down round after round. And staying with the game plan is so important. Of just boxing and using the angle.
Let's go. Come on, no elbows. Let's go.
So once, should this go on the way it has, or the way it is, at least on our cards, with Spinks ahead of Mayorga, and rather comfortably ahead right now, it will pose a lot of questions. So certainly it would be a huge upset for Corey Spinks, not unlike that of his father when he beat Muhammad Ali. I would think the odds on that fight are pretty much the same as they were in this fight. There weren't a lot of people around Atlantic City who were giving Corey Spinks any kind of a chance. Right now he's ahead by 4 points on my card, and quite frankly, I always thought with Mayorga all the business about smoking cigarettes and drinking beer and that being his training habits was just so much hyperbole and so much smoke, but if you pardon the expression, smoke. But I'm not so sure now. And this isn't to say that Mayorga doesn't look like he's in shape. He does. He's just being frustrated.
Well, a lot of his hype, too. You know, he may smoke and drink, but he's in great shape. I mean, he's not breathing hard. He's frustrated and swinging at the heels. That gets you tired.
Counter right hand again. And in microcosm, the story of this fight. Tony Orlando has to talk to Mayorga again. And right now, Corey Spinks seems brimming with confidence.
Corey Spinks is like the puncher now.
Just still can't get careless. Just kind of has to take that mode of do what you've done. A wild right hand misses again. He got Vernon Forrest, Mayorga did, to fight his fight in the second fight, clash of heads. But he's not getting Corey Spinks to fight his fight.
There's not a boxer in the welterweight division that can fight his fight in close and trade with him. He's the strongest guy in the division when it comes to pure punching power.
Just a great job right there by Corey Spinks, and the crowd, which was pretty split to begin this thing, is now very much in the corner of Corey Spinks. And the mouthpiece falls out. Tony Orlando will call a timeout. They'll wash it off. Kenny Adams having a quick word with him. There was a right hand slipped in by Mayorga as the mouthpiece slipped. This is where Spinks does not want to be. And did a good job of tying Mayorga out.
Really smart job. Tie him up, walk him to the middle of the ring. That's where he need to be. Now go back in the circle.
And again, Corey Spinks now is the one that's doing the mugging. And Mayorga is doing the one that's doing the retreating back to his corner. It is now 7:30 in the morning, and the Rice Krispies are just going to have to wait in Iraq. And I think these folks are almost as stunned as a lot of the people here in Atlantic City. I really don't believe, not only don't I believe too many people gave Corey Spinks a chance, I don't think anybody thought that he would dominate the way he has.
Corey Spinks is willing to mix it up a little bit at the end of this round and getting the better of Ricardo Mayorga.
Well, on my card now, Mayorga will have to knock Spinks out to win the fight. Spinks, I just think, putting on a clinic right here, and I think it's a lot of credit is due to his trainer, Kevin Cunningham.
This is a boxing clinic. You look like Corey Spinks is having fun, staying with a game plan, having fun, making this guy miss. And here comes the desperation of Ricardo Mayorga. And he need to pick it up.
He's a guy that can be dangerous in desperation times. And Spinks just cannot get out of the rhythm that he's in. Mayorga's still very dangerous, not tired. Frustrated perhaps, but not tired. On my card, I have it 97-91 right now for Spinks.
I have an 8 rounds of 2 for Corey Spinks. He's doing a great job.
I also got a couple of shocked looks around ringside. I said that. We'll see. We'll see. Remember, Mayorga has been guaranteed a fight with Shane Mosley, and somewhere Shane Mosley is watching and saying, there goes a payday.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Shane Mosley really wanted this fight. It's been a great fight for boxing, but I think Corey Spinks is going to diminish those plans.
And again, Tony Orlando is going to warn Corey Spinks, and he's going to take another point, rather going to warn Mayorga and take another point away. And the frustration continues. So Mayorga, in addition to being completely frustrated, has now lost 2 points. And they were both absolutely right. Missed with that. That should not be a knockdown. And it is not. Right now, though, this is the kind of fight Mayorga wants.
Yeah, he wants his fight, but Corey Spinks is very aware. He knows what's going on. He knows he got the lead. Still giving him great movement. See every punch coming, and he's still doing really good.
And Mayorga just continues to get very frustrated. And it's turning ugly right now. And another slip. And again, we talked earlier about the painted surfaces in the ring, and that's ongoing in the sport. When perspiration gets on them, fighters have a tendency to slip. I'm sure it's happened to you.
Yeah, later the fight go on, more water in the ring, you slip.
Another warning from Tony Orlando about holding. 5 seconds left. Round 11. And now you got to make that a 10-8 round. Spinks won the round. And Mayorga lost a point. Take a look at how he lost that point.
Holding behind the head. Can't do that in boxing. He did it a number of times tonight, and Tony Orlando took another point from Ricardo Mayorga.
Take a look and see what you think, slip or a knockdown, and there was no punch. So I think the question is answered. So the final round coming up. And I've got to think, in Mayorga's corner, they're telling him you've got to whack this guy, because you're not going to win a decision. And the crowd warming to it. I think Spinks, in this case, would be well served just to get on his bike and stay away.
Sometimes boxers don't feel comfortable just getting on the bike, but at the same time, you need to stay away. You know, make it simple. Keep doing the same thing you've been doing throughout the whole fight, knowing that the pressure is about to come.
And Spinks doing exactly that, doing a great job again, a slip. Might have to start wearing cleats in there. I think Mayorga, I don't want to say his inexperience, but his wild style really caught up to him tonight. And I think as soon as somebody went in there with a game plan and didn't stand in front of him, he really has not had an answer for it.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, especially with Corey Spinks being a southpaw and very slick. I mean, he's a super slick guy. He expected the wild swings and the charges from Mayorga, and he wasn't afraid. So he didn't get rattled by anything Mayorga did in the ring through these 12 rounds, and he's doing a great job.
And if there's a comparison to be made, it might be made to my partner, Chris Bird. I mean, you're a guy who, if you need to fight the way Corey Spinks is fighting, and have done that on occasion, that's the way you fight. It's not imperative that you get everybody out of there.
Yeah, that is the way you fight. I mean, and mentally you got to stay with the game plan throughout 12 rounds, because against punchers, one punch and it's over.
You know, and to use the old baseball adage, they're all line drives in the scorecard. And the frustration continues for Mayorga, coming down toward 1 minute remaining in this fight. And again, he held him. And the crowd takes up the chant, Corey, Corey. Corey Spinks has done everything right in this fight. And it's not that Mayorga hasn't tried, but he's just been thoroughly frustrated.
Now Corey Spinks just having fun. I call this slip fest because a guy comes swinging, you want to slip every punch. Corey Spinks letting him go another 30 rounds.
And a right hand to the body, and they're going to say no. Now that one was a lot closer to a knockdown. There was a punch there. It was a pretty good right hand to the body. And now there are 13 seconds left.
Smart fight by Corey Spinks. I mean, he did everything he wanted to do in a fight. And
that's it. And I'll be shocked if Corey Spinks doesn't win this fight. Now, of course, this will be a huge upset. Mayorga, after being the underdog himself, and we mentioned this earlier, for the first time comes into a championship fight as the favorite. Michael Spinks smiling, and that's one of those knowing smiles. Hey, my guy just went out and did something special. And I not only think Corey Spinks won the fight, I think he dominated the fight.
This is frustration by Ricardo Mayorga. That was no knockdown. He was on his way down. He got hit after he got pushed on his way down, so no knockdown there. Corey Spinks, in my opinion, clear-cut winner.
Yeah, he not only won the fight, I thought he dominated the fight. He had 2 points taken away from him. And I had Corey Spinks winning all but 3 rounds. And in one of those rounds, Mayorga lost a point, which made it a 9-9 round. So I think there were 2 or 3 of those rounds that could have gone the other way, but I will really be surprised, I believe, if Spinks not only doesn't win the fight, but wins it rather lopsidedly on the judges' scorecards. Now, I've seen some strange decisions, so I have to hedge my bets a little bit, but I think Spinks really dominated this fight.
He did it. I mean, he stayed with the game plan. Very few boxers in boxing today can stay with a game plan going against a big puncher for 12 rounds. I mean, it's in the genes.
And coming up, of course, Bernard Hopkins, and he will try to avoid the same fate that we believe will befall Ricardo Mayorga, and he will fight William Joppy. Joppy says he's got something for Hopkins. Hopkins says, hey, guess what, pal? I got something for you. And we got something for you, and it's the decision with Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecard. Remember, the winner of this bout will be the undisputed welterweight world champion. Arthur Ellenson scores the contest, 114 to 114. Eugene Grant scores it, 114 to 112. John Keane has it, 117 to 110. For the winner by majority decision from St. Louis, Missouri, the undisputed welterweight champion of the world, Corey, the next generation.